Kia ora, and welcome to the Beer Joke Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Joe.
I'm Luke.
And this is Earl Hazy by Beers, I believe.
I think they're just called beers now.
Just beers now.
Yeah, I was going to say arguably the most confusingly named brewery in the country, but like...
Especially when it keeps changing.
Who else is as confusing as a brewery called Beers? It's up there by itself. It used to be called Beers by Bacon Bros. Maybe it still is, maybe it isn't, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because Bacon Bros, I think, is the barbecue restaurant down in Christchurch.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, Beers started out as a group of friends with a market stall at the farmers market in Christchurch, selling bacon and bacon products. People love bacon, don't they?
They do. It took over the internet like 14 years ago.
Some people just, in the same way as with beer, I suppose, people just build the whole personality around bacon. So I imagine that was probably a pretty popular market stall. It's still
bacon
going.
And beer.
What else is nice? Beer. So a few years later, they decided to start making beers. And they really started making beers.
Yeah, 100 in 100 days was it?
200 in 200 days.
Wow, 200 in 200 days.
Super impressive.
4 times more than you've ever made.
Yeah, Small Gods have made like 60 beers in it's taken us 3 years to get to there.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty impressive records in 100 days.
It's an impressive operational feat as much as it is like an impressive beer feat.
Yeah, I'd have to chat to them about it. I imagine they were brewing grainfather type batches, so it would have been like a corny keg each day.
Yeah.
But still, to homebrew a batch of beer, that's still a solid 6 hours.
Yeah, to have it one carved and ready to pour each day.
Yeah.
Operationally not easy. Any stalled fermentations or anything like that.
Yeah.
Good on them.
And they may have got a bit of inspiration perhaps from the first brewery in Wellington in modern times, which was Garage Project. It was 24 beers in 24 weeks, which at the time was pretty revolutionary. I think it was every Wednesday that a keg got tapped at Hashkozaki.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So yeah, just absolutely blown that out of the water times 4, basically.
And some of the core range at Garage Project, well, almost all of it came from that, didn't it? Garage Easter and
definitely several. Yeah, there's definitely a bunch that are. But anyway, back on beers. So that was in 2020. So I just checked how many beers they've released now. I think it was 336.
Oh wow.
So yeah, last year they decided that we were going to brew 100 beers last year. So absolutely cranking it. As I wasn't Untapped, I also was curious about the styles they were brewing. And it's well over 60 hazy IPAs and sort of 30, 40 West Coast IPAs, probably around 30 or so pale ales.
Yeah.
Because that's what people love.
Yeah. If you want to be a new brewery that sells beer, you'd be your best bet's to brew some IPAs and some hazies.
And how. Quickly got a pretty good reputation for doing solidly great hoppy beers, of which this is one of them, hey?
Yeah, so I think this is the first core range kind of beer. I think they're starting to do some 330s. They've been sort of 440s up until very recently. But yeah, lovely sort of soft mouthfeel, very light across the palate, sort of bright passion fruity, kind of limey, tropical citrus. Yeah, it's tasting pretty nice.
When you first mentioned that you wanted to get it in the subscription, I initially presumed that Earl was to do with Earl Grey tea.
Yeah.
Was quite excited.
And I let him think that. Hazy gonna matter?
Just so I didn't just veto. We've had enough hazy IPAs. But Earl is actually the name of a bistro in Christchurch. So it's a beer, presumably, they first brewed for those guys. And now they're letting everybody else enjoy. So clearly it was a bit of a winning recipe.
Yeah.
That they're making.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I guess, if you're high-end food, they'd definitely have an extensive wine list if they're calling themselves a bistro. So it's good to have some great local beer on. Beers like this go with pretty much any food.
Yeah.
It's a nice palate cleanse, but it also will stand up to bolder things.
Yeah. And yeah, it's what people want to drink. As we say every time we drink a beer like this, there's a reason they're the most popular style. The brewers aren't forcing them on people. It's the beer that sells. These beers sell out really quickly. People just can't get enough of the just round mouthfeel, as you say, just like the low bitterness, softness, lots of aroma from the hops. Just really good sort of showcase for the hop character without anything else getting in the way, really. And so I think they've got 2, perhaps 3 venues in Christchurch. It's it's Bacon Bros venue, and there's also Shaka Bros, and I think there is like the sort of the brewery venue as well. So
yeah, if I make it down to Christchurch, I'd definitely check them out. They seem like pretty nice dudes.
There's a lot of good beer in Christchurch.
Yeah, there is.
And sort of around about. Yeah, real like good beer scene.
Definitely the 3rd best beer city in New Zealand, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Auckland's obviously top. Not Wellington off a while ago, I'd say. But yeah, is Christchurch better than Wellington for beer?
Wow.
That'd be a beer festival I'd like to go to.
Debate in the comments. All of you viewers.
or 2 of you that watch these videos and comment. But yeah, some pretty great beer, and because it's really expensive to get beer across the strait, we don't see a lot of that beer up here. It's their own, well, I was going to say microcosm, but it's not really micro, it's a bloody city, in a big region.
There's certain, like, when you order beer, it's pretty standard for like a 2-case minimum or a 2-keg minimum. There's some breweries down in the South Island, it's like 6-keg minimum, like 8-case minimum. Yeah. Just because they can't, Wellington to Auckland is like a third of the price.
Yeah, it's just not viable. Yeah. Absolutely cost a fortune. Do I have anything to add? Good beer?
Yeah, very good beer.
Cool.
Been packing orders all arvo. It's gone down very nicely.
Yeah, definitely. And it will fuel us ahead of our next spray painting job. If you haven't been down to the Small Guns Tap Room yet, pop down, pay us a visit. On Thursday nights, we do our pub quiz. So I know generally you're locked in at home on a Thursday night, drinking the beer of the week, but we also have that beer here. So you could come and enjoy it in the bar and then have another one at home afterwards. Or just drink something else. I'm not the boss of you. Any news to share? Oh, we've got some cool stuff lined up for Auckland Beer Week, but maybe we'll...
that's ages away.
Yeah, we'll tell people, it's like 5 weeks away.
We don't promote anything more than like 2 days ahead.
Or same day.
Solstice Fest.
Oh yeah. It's going to be on...
I keep reminding Luca's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, we just decided to do it ourselves. We actually haven't told anyone else about it.
Yeah.
June 22nd, Saturday.
Yeah.
Celebrating midwinter.
Lots of dark beer.
Right here. Yeah, it'd be cool. Thanks for joining us. Good work, beers. See you next time.
Cheers. Yeah, that's empty.